The glass shattered against the wall just inches from Lily's head. She froze, her serving tray trembling in her hands. The entire restaurant went silent. Every person stopped eating, stopped breathing, stopped existing for just a moment. All eyes turned to the man in the corner booth. Dante Romano, the most dangerous man in Chicago. His dark eyes burned with fury, fixed on the businessman cowering across from him. Lily's heart hammered so hard, she thought it might break through her chest. She had worked at Giovanni's for 2 years and had never seen anything like this. Dante stood slowly, his expensive black suit perfectly tailored to his muscular frame. He was tall, probably 6'3", with jet black hair and a face that could have belonged to a movie star, if it weren't so terrifying. The businessman stammered, trying to explain himself. But Dante held up one hand. The man's mouth snapped shut. Dante's voice was quiet when he spoke, but it carried through the entire room like thunder. You stole from me. You looked me in the eye and lied. And you thought I wouldn't find out? Lily knew she should move, should run to the kitchen, should do anything except stand there frozen like a statue. But her feet wouldn't obey. She watched as Dante's men, 2 massive figures in dark suits, grabbed the businessman by his arms. The man started crying, actually crying, begging for mercy. Dante's expression never changed. Cold, hard, unforgiving. Take him out. Make sure everyone knows what happens to thieves. As the men dragged the businessman toward the back exit, his flailing arm knocked into Lily. She stumbled backward, and the tray flew from her hands. Plates crashed to the floor. Marinara sauce splattered across the tile. A wine glass shattered, sending red liquid spreading like blood. Lily gasped, dropping to her knees to clean up the mess. Her manager would be furious. She couldn't afford to lose this job. Her little sister needed medicine. Her mother's surgery bills were piling up. This job was everything. She grabbed napkins with shaking hands, trying to mop up the sauce, but it just smeared worse. Tears stung her eyes. Not now. Please, not now. She couldn't cry. Not here. Not in front of everyone. Then she heard footsteps. Expensive leather shoes stopped right in front of her. Lily looked up slowly, her breath catching in her throat. Dante Romano stood over her, his dark eyes studying her face. Up close, he was even more intimidating. His jaw was sharp enough to cut glass. A small scar ran through his left eyebrow. His presence was overwhelming, like standing too close to a fire. "What's your name?" he asked. His voice was different now. Not angry, just curious. Lily swallowed hard. "Lily," she whispered. "Lily Chen." Dante tilted his head slightly. "How long have you worked here, Lily Chen?" Her mind raced. Why was he asking? Was she in trouble? Had she done something wrong? 2 years, sir, she managed to say. Dante crouched down, bringing himself to her level. He reached out, and Lily flinched, but he didn't touch her. Instead, he picked up a piece of broken plate. "You're scared," he said. It wasn't a question. Lily nodded. She couldn't lie. Not to a man who could see right through her. "Good," Dante said. "Fear keeps you alive in this world, but you didn't run. Everyone else in this restaurant is pretending not to watch us, but you stayed. You tried to clean up. Why?" Lily's mouth felt dry. "Because it's my job, sir. And I need this job. My family needs me." Something flickered in Dante's eyes. Something almost like surprise. Or maybe respect. He stood up and pulled out his wallet. Lily's eyes widened as he placed $500 bills on the floor beside her. "For the trouble," he said. Then he walked away, his men following behind him like shadows. Lily stared at the money, her hands still shaking. $500. That was more than she made in 2 weeks. Her manager rushed over, face red with panic. Are you okay? Did he hurt you? Oh God. We're going to lose our license. We're going to get shut down. Lily picked up the bills carefully, like they might disappear if she moved too fast. I'm fine, she said quietly. He just talked to me. But as she finished cleaning and went back to work, she couldn't stop thinking about Dante Romano, about the way he looked at her, about the fact that a man who had just ordered someone dragged away had stopped to ask her name, about the money he left without expecting anything in return. That night changed something in Lily. She couldn't explain it. But she felt like she had been seen for the first time in years. Really seen. 3 days passed. Lily tried to forget about Dante Romano, tried to focus on her work, on her family, on normal life. But every time the restaurant door opened, her heart jumped. She told herself she was being stupid. Men like Dante Romano didn't think twice about girls like her. They lived in completely different worlds. On Friday night, the restaurant was packed. Lily rushed between tables, balancing plates and taking orders. Her feet ached. Her back hurt. But she smiled at every customer, wrote down every special request, never complained. That's what good waitresses did. That's how you earned tips that paid for medicine and bills. She was carrying a tray of desserts to table 9 when she saw him. Dante sat alone at the same corner booth, reading a newspaper like he owned the place. Which, for all Lily knew, maybe he did. Her hands started shaking again. The desserts wobbled dangerously on the tray. Stop it, she told herself firmly. He's just a customer. Just another person. But he wasn't just another person. He was Dante Romano. And he was looking at her. Their eyes met across the crowded restaurant. Dante folded his newspaper and set it aside. Then he did something Lily didn't expect. He smiled. It wasn't a big smile, just a small curve of his lips. But it transformed his entire face. Made him look younger. Almost kind. Lily delivered the desserts, her mind spinning. Should she go to his table? Should she wait for him to call her over? Should she pretend she didn't see him? She didn't have to decide. Dante raised one hand, gesturing for her to come over. Lily walked to his booth on wobbly legs. Hello, sir, she said, proud that her voice didn't shake. Can I get you something? Oui. Dante leaned back against the leather seat. Sit down. Lily blinked. I'm sorry? Sit down, he repeated. Just for a minute. I want to talk to you. Lily glanced around nervously. I can't, sir. I'm working. My manager will. Your manager won't say anything, Dante interrupted quietly. Sit. Please. The please surprised her. Lily slid into the booth across from him, perched on the edge like she might need to run at any second. Dante studied her face for a long moment. You used the money, he said. It wasn't a question. But Lily nodded anyway. Yes, sir. Thank you. It helped my family a lot. What's wrong with your family? He asked. Lily hesitated. She didn't want to burden anyone with her problems, but something about the way Dante looked at her made her want to tell the truth. My little sister has asthma. Bad asthma. The medicine is expensive. And my mom needs surgery on her knee, but we can't afford it. So I work here, and at a coffee shop in the mornings, and I send money home. Dante's expression didn't change, but something in his eyes did. They softened, just a little. Where's your father? Lily's throat tightened. He died 3 years ago. Car accident. Dante nodded slowly. And you took care of everyone. Someone had to, Lily said simply. They sat in silence for a moment. Then Dante leaned forward. I'm going to ask you something, and I want you to think carefully before you answer. Do you understand? Lily nodded, her heart racing. Come work for me, Dante said. Lily's mind went blank. What? Come work for me. Not in the restaurant business. As my personal assistant. You'd handle my schedule. organize my meetings, manage my household. The pay is 10 times what you make here. Full benefits, health care for your entire family. Lily couldn't breathe. 10 times her salary? Health care? It sounded too good to be true, which meant it probably was. Why? She whispered. Why me? Dante's jaw tightened. Because you're honest. Because you're loyal to your family. Because when everyone else in this restaurant ran away from me, you stayed and did your job. Those are rare qualities. I value them. Lily's mind raced. This was crazy. Completely insane. Working for a mafia boss? Getting involved in that world? But the money. The health care. Her sister could get the medicine she needed. Her mother could get surgery. I need time to think, Lily said. Dante pulled out a business card and slid it across the table. You have 24 hours. Call that number with your answer. Then he stood up, left $200 on the table for a meal he never ordered, and walked out. Lily sat there, staring at the card, feeling like her entire life had just been turned upside down. That night, Lily barely slept. She tossed and turned, weighing her options. Working for Dante Romano was dangerous. Probably illegal. Definitely terrifying. But her family needed help. Real help. And this was her chance to give it to them. In the morning, with shaking fingers, she dialed the number on the card. A woman's voice answered. Mr. Romano's office. This is Lily Chen, she said. I'm calling about the job offer. One moment, please. The line clicked. Then Dante's deep voice came through. Lily, what's your answer? She took a deep breath. Yes. I'll work for you. There was a pause. Then Dante said, A car will pick you up at noon. Bring whatever you need. You'll be moving into the estate. Lily's stomach dropped. Moving in? My assistant needs to be available at all times. You'll have your own suite. Private. Safe. Your family will be taken care of starting today. I'm sending a doctor to see your sister and scheduling your mother's surgery. Is that acceptable? Tears filled Lily's eyes. He was already helping them, already taking care of things. Yes, she whispered. Thank you. Don't thank me yet, Dante said. This life isn't easy. But I promise you'll be safe. I protect what's mine. The line went dead. At exactly noon, a black car pulled up outside Lily's tiny apartment. A driver in a suit opened the door for her. Lily climbed in, clutching her one suitcase, feeling like Cinderella going to the ball. Except the prince was a mafia boss. And the ball was probably full of criminals. The Romano estate was massive. Gates, guards, security cameras everywhere. The house itself looked like a palace. White stone, huge windows, perfectly manicured gardens. Lily had never seen anything so beautiful or so intimidating. The driver led her inside. Marble floors, crystal chandeliers, art that probably cost more than her entire neighborhood. A woman in her 50s, with kind eyes and gray hair, approached. You must be Lily. I'm Maria, the head housekeeper. Let me show you to your room. Lily followed Maria up a grand staircase and down a long hallway. Maria opened a door, and Lily gasped. The suite was bigger than her entire apartment. A huge bed with soft blankets. A sitting area with a couch and TV. Windows overlooking the gardens. A bathroom with a tub big enough to swim in. This is mine? Lily breathed. Maria smiled. All yours. Mr. Romano wants you comfortable. Dinner is at 7. He'll meet with you then to discuss your duties. After Maria left, Lily sat on the bed and let herself cry. Happy tears. Scared tears. Overwhelmed tears. She had stepped into a completely different world, and there was no going back. At 7 o'clock, Lily made her way to the dining room. Her hands sweated. Her stomach churned. The dining room was enormous, with a table that could seat 20 people, but only one chair was occupied. Dante sat at the head of the table, wearing a simple black shirt with the sleeves rolled up. He looked more relaxed than she'd ever seen him. "Sit," he said, gesturing to the chair beside him. Not across from him. Beside him. Lily sat carefully. A server brought out plates of food. Pasta with cream sauce. Fresh bread. A salad that looked like art. "Eat," Dante said. "You look too thin." Lily picked up her fork. But her appetite had vanished. Dante watched her for a moment, then sighed. "You're afraid of me." "A little," Lily admitted. "That's smart." Dante said, "I am dangerous. But not to you. Never to you. I need you to understand that. You work for me now. That means you're under my protection. Anyone who touches you, anyone who threatens you, they answer to me. And trust me, they don't want to answer to me. If you love this story so far, hit like and subscribe, because the next twist will shock you." Lily found her voice. "Why are you being so kind to me? You don't even know me." Dante set down his wineglass. "My mother was a waitress," he said quietly. "My father met her when he was nobody. Just a kid trying to survive. She worked 3 jobs to help him build his business. She never complained, never asked for anything, just worked and loved and sacrificed." His jaw tightened. "She died when I was 15, heart attack from stress and exhaustion. I swore that day I would never let another woman work herself to death for her family if I could help it. When I saw you on your knees, cleaning up that mess, trying so hard not to cry, I saw my mother. And I knew I had to help." Lily's heart ached. She reached out without thinking, and placed her hand over his. Dante stiffened, staring at their joined hands. "I'm sorry about your mother," Lily said softly. "She sounds like an amazing woman." Dante looked at her, and for the first time, Lily saw past the dangerous exterior to the man underneath. A man who had lost someone he loved, a man who carried pain he never showed. "She was," Dante said, "just like you are." The moment stretched between them, warm and fragile. Then Dante pulled his hand away and cleared his throat. "Tomorrow, I'll introduce you to my operations. Most of what I do is legal. Real estate, restaurants, construction. But some of it is not. I want you to understand what you're involved in. You deserve to know the truth." Lily nodded, trying to ignore the tingling in her hand, where his skin had touched hers. The next morning, Dante took Lily to his office downtown. An entire building with his name on it. Inside, dozens of people worked at computers, made phone calls, managed spreadsheets. "This is the legitimate side," Dante explained as they walked through. "These people know nothing about my other business. They're accountants, lawyers, property managers, normal jobs." Then he took her down to the basement, through a locked door, into a room where different men sat. Men with scars and hard eyes. Men who looked at Lily with curiosity and suspicion. "This is the other side," Dante said quietly. "These men handle problems that can't be solved legally. They collect debts. They enforce agreements. They protect our territory." One man, older with gray in his beard, spoke up. "Boss, is it smart to bring a civilian down here?" Dante's voice went cold. "I decide what's smart, Vincent. And Lily is not a civilian. She's my assistant, which means she's family. You'll treat her with the same respect you treat me. Understood?" Every man in the room straightened. "Yes, boss," they said in unison. Dante turned to Lily. "I'm showing you this because I want you to understand. I'm not a good man. I've done things that would horrify you. But I have rules. I don't hurt innocent people. I don't deal drugs. I don't traffic women or children. I protect my neighborhood. I take care of my people. That's the code I live by." Lily processed this information. He was a criminal. Absolutely. But he was honest about it. And he had lines he wouldn't cross. I understand, she said. Dante studied her face. You're not running. No, Lily said. I'm not. Over the next few weeks, Lily fell into a routine. She managed Dante's schedule, organized his meetings, handled his personal affairs. She was good at it. Really good. Her attention to detail impressed even Dante's most critical associates. But something else was happening, too. Something neither of them expected. They started talking. Really talking. Late at night in his study, Dante would tell her stories about growing up in the streets of Chicago, about fighting to survive, about building his empire from nothing. Lily shared her own stories. About her childhood, about her father's dreams for his family, about the burden of being the one everyone depended on. They laughed together, argued about movies and books, discovered they both loved old jazz music and hated mushrooms. Slowly, carefully, a friendship grew between them. But it was more than friendship. Lily felt it every time Dante smiled at her, every time his hand accidentally brushed hers. One night, Lily was working late in the study, organizing files. Dante came in, loosening his tie. He looked exhausted. You should rest, Lily said. So should you, Dante replied. But we're both terrible at taking our own advice. He poured himself a drink and sat on the couch. Lily watched, really watched him. The strong line of his jaw, the way his dark hair fell over his forehead, the weight he carried on his shoulders. Can I ask you something? She said quietly. Dante looked up. Always. Do you ever wish you could just walk away from all this, live a normal life? Dante was quiet for a long moment. Every single day, he finally said, but I can't. Too many people depend on me. Too many families need my protection. If I walked away, everything would collapse. That's a heavy burden, Lily said. Dante smiled sadly. Transdrinks is filed. We're grooving this really presented. I finally say, it is. But recently, it's been lighter, easier to carry. Why? Lily asked. Dante looked directly at her. Because of you. Coming home and seeing you here, seeing your smile, hearing about your day, it makes everything else bearable. Lily's heart started racing. Dante. He stood up and crossed to her. I know this is complicated. I know I'm not the kind of man you should be with. But Lily, I can't stop thinking about you. Can't stop wanting to make you smile. Can't stop imagining what it would be like to... He stopped himself. Tell me to walk away. Tell me you don't feel this too, and I'll never mention it again. But if there's any chance you feel even a fraction of what I feel, I need to know. Lily stood up, her legs shaking. She looked up at him, at this powerful, dangerous man who made her feel safe and scared and alive all at once. I feel it too, she whispered. He cupped her face in his hands, his touch gentle despite his strength. If we do this, everything changes. I'll protect you with my life. But my world is dangerous. People will try to use you to hurt me. Are you sure? Lily placed her hands over his. I've never been more sure of anything. Dante kissed her, soft at first, then deeper, pouring all his pent-up emotion into that moment. Lily melted against him, her fingers tangling in his hair. When they finally broke apart, both breathing hard, Dante rested his forehead against hers. You're mine now, he said, and I take care of what's mine. And you're mine, Lily said boldly. Don't you forget that. Dante laughed, the sound warm and genuine. Never. For 3 months, they existed in a perfect bubble. Dante was different with her. Softer. He smiled more, laughed more. He took her to fancy restaurants and walked with her in the gardens. and Lily discovered she was falling completely, helplessly in love with him. But perfect bubbles always burst. It happened on a Tuesday. Lily was in the study when she heard shouting. Gunshots. She dove behind the desk, her heart in her throat. The door burst open. Dante ran in, blood on his shirt. "Are you hurt?" he demanded, pulling her to her feet, checking her for injuries. "No, I'm fine." "Dante, what's happening?" His face was grim. "The Moretti family. They're making a move against me. They attacked the estate." More gunshots echoed through the house. Dante grabbed her hand and pulled her toward a hidden door in the wall. "There's a safe room. You'll be protected there." "What about you?" Lily cried. "I have to fight. Have to protect what's ours." He pushed her toward the door. "I need you safe, Lily. I can't think straight if I'm worried about you. Whatever happens out there, you come back." Dante kissed her hard. "I promise." Then he was gone, disappearing into the chaos. Lily huddled in the safe room, listening to the sounds of war, gunshots, shouting, breaking glass. She prayed harder than she'd ever prayed in her life. Please keep him safe. Please let him come back to me. Hours passed. Or maybe minutes. Time lost all meaning. Finally, silence fell. The door opened. Dante stood there. Alive, but covered in blood and bruises. Lily ran to him, throwing her arms around him. "You're alive. Oh God, you're alive." Dante held her tight. "I told you I'd come back." "Are you hurt?" Lily asked, pulling back to look at him. "Nothing serious. We won." "They're gone." But his eyes were troubled. "What is it?" Lily asked. Dante led her to the couch and sat her down. "The Morettis attacked because they found out about you. They know you matter to me. They'll keep coming. Keep trying to use you to hurt me." Lily's blood ran cold. "So, what do we do?" Dante took her hands. "I want you to leave. Go somewhere safe. I'll set you up with a new identity. Money. Protection. You can live a normal life." Lily jerked her hands away. "No. Lily. No. I'm not leaving you. This is my fault," Dante said, his voice breaking. "I was selfish. I let myself fall for you when I knew it would put you in danger." Lily cupped his face. "Listen to me. I'm not some damsel who needs rescuing. I'm not fragile. I chose this. I chose you. And I'm not going anywhere." "They'll keep coming," Dante said desperately. "They'll try to take you, hurt you, kill you. Then we fight," Lily said fiercely. "Together, you protect me, I protect you. That's what people who love each other do." Dante stared at her. "You love me?" Lily smiled through her tears. "I've loved you since the night you crouched down in that restaurant and saw me as a person instead of just a waitress. Since you told me fear keeps people alive. Since you made my family's problems your problems without asking for anything in return. Yes, Dante Romano. I love you. Completely. Impossibly. Forever." Dante pulled her onto his lap, holding her like she was the most precious thing in the world. "I love you too. More than I thought I could love anyone. More than is probably safe or smart or sane. You're everything to me, Lily Chen." They kissed, and it felt like a promise, like a vow. When they pulled apart, Dante's expression had changed. The vulnerable man disappeared. The mafia boss returned. "If you're staying, then we do this my way. You learn to protect yourself. You learn to shoot, to fight, to think like them. I won't lose you because you weren't prepared." Lily nodded. "Teach me." And so began Lily's transformation. She trained with Dante's men, learned to shoot guns and throw punches, studied the tactics of their enemies. She was a quick learner, fierce and determined. Within weeks, She could hold her own. But the Morettis didn't give up. They kept probing, testing, looking for weaknesses. One night, they found one. Lily's mother and sister. Dante burst into Lily's room at 3 a.m. "They took them," he said, his voice tight with rage and fear. "The Morettis took your family." Lily's world shattered. "No. No, no, no." Dante pulled her close. "We'll get them back. I promise you." "How?" Lily asked. Dante's eyes were hard as diamonds. "We end this, once and for all. I'm going to the Moretti estate. I'm going to get your family. And I'm going to make sure they never threaten anyone I love again. I'm coming with you," Lily said. "No, it's too dangerous." Lily grabbed his arm. "They're my family. I'm not sitting here while you risk your life for them. We go together, or not at all." Dante saw the determination in her eyes and knew she wouldn't back down. "Fine. But you stay close to me. You do exactly what I say. Understand?" Lily nodded. They gathered Dante's best men and drove to the Moretti estate on the other side of the city. The plan was simple, fast, brutal. They went in at dawn when security would be lightest. Gunfire erupted immediately. Dante moved through the house like an avenging angel. Lily, right behind him. She fired her weapon when needed, her hands steady despite her fear. They found Lily's mother and sister locked in a basement room. Unhurt, but terrified. Lily ran to them, hugging them tight. "You're safe. I've got you. You're safe." But they weren't out yet. As they made their way back through the house, the head of the Moretti family appeared. Antonio Moretti. Old, but vicious. He pointed a gun directly at Lily's little sister. "Drop your weapons or the child dies," Antonio said calmly. Dante's men hesitated. Dante's face went blank. The dangerous blank that meant death was coming. "Let them go, Antonio," Dante said quietly. "Your fight is with me. My fight is with anyone stupid enough to love," Antonio sneered. "Love makes you weak, makes you predictable. You should have learned that by now. Love makes me stronger," Dante said. "It gives me something worth fighting for." Antonio laughed. "Then watch what happens when I take problem. To it away." His finger started to squeeze the trigger, but Lily moved faster. She raised her gun and fired. Once. Twice. 3 times. Antonio fell backward, shock on his face, dead before he hit the ground. The room went silent. Everyone stared at Lily. She lowered her gun, her hands shaking now that it was over. "Nobody threatens my family," she said quietly. Dante looked at her with something like awe. "Let's go home," he said. They got Lily's mother and sister to safety. The Moretti organization crumbled without their leader. Other families decided it wasn't worth fighting Dante anymore. Peace, fragile but real, settled over Chicago's underworld. 3 months later, Lily stood in the garden of the Romano estate, watching the sunset. Dante came up behind her, wrapping his arms around her waist. "What are you thinking about?" he asked. Lily leaned back against him. "How strange life is. 6 months ago, I was a waitress drowning in debt and fear. Now I'm here, with you. My family is safe. My sister is healthy. My mother had her surgery. I learned to shoot a gun and killed a man to protect the people I love. It's like I'm living someone else's life." Dante kissed her temple. "You're living your life. You just became who you were always meant to be. Strong, fierce, brave." Lily turned in his arms to face him. "I became who I needed to be for you. For us." Dante smiled. That soft smile he saved just for her. "Lily Chen, I want to ask you something." He pulled a small box from his pocket and opened it. Inside was a ring. Simple but beautiful. A single diamond surrounded by smaller stones. "I know my world is crazy. I know it's dangerous and complicated and nothing like what you deserved. But I also know that I can't imagine my life without you. You gave me something I couldn't buy. You gave me hope, love, a reason to be better. Will you marry me? Lily's eyes filled with happy tears. Yes. Yes. 1,000 times yes. Dante slipped the ring on her finger and kissed her deeply. When they pulled apart, Lily laughed. My mother is going to have so many questions about how we met. Dante grinned. We'll tell her the truth. That a mafia boss demanded respect from everyone around him. But a brave waitress gave him something he couldn't buy. She gave him her heart, and in return, he gave her everything he had. Lily rested her head on his chest, listening to his heartbeat, strong and steady. I love you, Dante Romano. I love you too, Lily Chen, my beautiful, fierce, perfect partner in everything. They stood there, as the sun set, two people from different worlds who had found their way to each other through chaos and danger and impossible odds. Their story wasn't over. There would be more challenges ahead, more enemies to face, more battles to fight, but they would face them together. Because that's what love does. It doesn't promise easy, it promises worth it, and every single day, Lily and Dante proved that their love was worth fighting for. If this story of Lily and Dante swept you off your feet, hit like and share it with someone who loves a good mafia romance. Lily risked everything for love, family, and a life she never imagined. What would you do in her shoes? Would you take the chance with someone like Dante Romano? Comment below where you're watching from. I want to see how far this story of love and danger has reached. Loof. 2. Loof.